We love hip
The trial has
hop.
started for a Toronto woman who has been charged with the murder of Toronto rapper or Scarborough rapper SK. Now, the thing that's crazy about this whole story is as this trial unfolds, we find out that an undercover cop was talking to the woman right after the time of the murder, and she was able to collect a lot of the information, which may be the nail in the coffin for this case. Now, for the people who might not be familiar with Toronto rapper SK, he's a rapper from out of Scarborough, specifically the Orton Park area, and he had a pretty good wave going on back in early 2018, 2019, until his eventual passing in 2022. Now, before that, he had a few issues with a few different blocks from what I can find via the Torontology Reddit. And once again, RIP to SK and condolences to his family and his friends. But from as far as what I can find over here, there's a post right here on the Toronto from the Torontology Reddit from about 4 years ago, back in 2018. It says SK/2C Orton Park /SST/54 with the with the red B, and you know what that means. If you know, you know. The song is called Trappin', and it's a classic SK video dissing Vanali Stacks, dissing DSM, that's dancing, the dancing area, which is also an area in Scarborough, and shouting out STN, which is also an area in Scarborough, or a crew that represents an area in Scarborough of the Galloway area in Scarborough. So, and it says, and to continue the rest of the caption here, it says, since they beef with 442. All right. So, and that's another block from over here in Scarborough. So SK definitely had his share of beef. But let's take a quick look at this video just to get you guys acquainted.
Man, you know what the fuck we rockin', nigga. Done a lot of shit that I can't take back. It's all for the love of the bag. Niggas talking, but them niggas rats. Like Vanali Stacks. Pull up on them and they don't shoot back. Cause they only 70 tracks. In the tracks, all on that I lost track. Spin it and make it right back.
And hopefully I don't get a copyright for the long play of the song that I just played right there. However, this is not a case of SK getting murdered by one of his ops. This is a case of SK being murdered by his girlfriend. And the trial had just started over this week. I found a post again on Torontology Reddit where they're talking about the trial and everything that's starting to unfold. Right, and you can see the post right here. Undercover officer expected to testify at murder trial for Toronto rapper. Jury hears. Okay. And if you go through the comments right here, it says, no way this dumb girl was chatting to an undie. She's always been so big from school days. Shorty about to do 25 now. Wow, Shorty really did pack him? Thought she just lined him up. And then another comment over here, Mod, Shorty smoked him. And this is a pretty recent post, so, you're not going to see a whole bunch of comments under it right now, but I'm sure the comments are going to be racking up under this post as the hours go by. But like I said, details are coming in right now. The trial has begun. This has been a pretty mysterious case. A lot of people are wondering what was the motive behind, this woman, I won't even say woman, a very young woman at the time, okay, because she was 18 at the time that this all happened, murdering this young man right here. And like I said, in the trial, there's going to be an undercover cop who's going to be testifying in the trial against this young woman in the murder of SK.
It was December 16th, 2022, around 4:50 a.m. when police were called to 3950 Lawrence Avenue East for a shooting. When officers arrived, they found 20-year-old Jay Parker Ford lying outside his family's 14th floor apartment. He later died in hospital from a single gunshot wound to the back of his head. Parker Ford's older brother testified Tuesday he discovered his brother in the hallway, telling the jury his brother was a rapper known as SK, saying while he rapped about money, drugs, and guns, it was just to sell records, saying he was really a nice kid. In the Crown's opening address at the trial for Brianna Warner, charged with the first-degree murder of Parker Ford, the Crown told the jury they will see cell phone records showing there were communications on Snapchat in the hours before the deadly shooting between the victim and an account which used an IP address located at Brianna Warner's home address.
Do me a quick favor while you're here and smash that like button so we can break the algorithm. And join the comment gang and subscribe it's free. And from what you can see right there from the news story so far, they're saying that they found SK shot with one shot to the back of his head. They found messages on Snapchat with Brianna talking about the communication about things going down. So there's a lot of things working against her in this case right here. And there's been different testimony as far as from the family members as well. But things get crazier when they introduce a female undercover officer into this whole story.
The victim and the other individual were planning on meeting up that night at the victim's home. The Crown told jurors they will hear from an undercover officer known only as TJ, who befriended Warner in February 2023, and Warner had no idea that she was a police officer. The Crown told the jury TJ got authorization from a judge to wear a wire so she could secretly record conversations with Warner. And in April 2023, while in the car with the accused, this officer recorded Warner telling her mother that she had shot someone in the head. TJ also recorded Warner telling her specific details of the shooting. She also told TJ she wrote a rap about the shooting that she called Brain Dead.
Woo. This is crazy, and this is a wild story. From what you can hear right there, the undercover officer got the okay to be able to wear wire, and she was able to befriend Brianna through this whole thing, which is crazy. You know, just about a few months after the murder, she confesses the murder to her mom, allegedly. Let's put that on allegedly because this case is still an ongoing case. She confesses the case to her mom and then makes a rap song called Brain Dead. I don't know, man. It's when I hear stuff like this, it just reinforces to me that Toronto's not a real place.
The jury heard Warner was arrested the following day and a search warrant was executed at her home. The jury heard officers found writings about the shooting and lyrics to Brain Dead. The recordings captured by the undercover officer are expected to be played in court. Brianna Warner, who was 18 at the time of the deadly shooting, has pleaded not guilty. The trial continues.
And from this wild, twisted case right here, they're going to be playing her lyrics in court. They found the rhyme book, they found the lyrics, they found the recordings. And, you know, this goes back into ethics again with lyrics being used in court. We can go all the way back to the top 5 case that happened about a year or so ago, where, you know, that case was thrown out because of lyrics and persona and stuff like that. So who knows what's going to happen with this case right here. But from what I'm seeing from the articles, from what I'm seeing from the different news reports right now, it seems like this might be a wrap for this young lady right here. And it just brings me back to the motive of why. Was this a dispute, you know, a lover's quarrel that just got to the next level and went completely out of control? Was this a setup? Was she one of the ops or one of the down with the ops and just infiltrated and was able to become SK's girlfriend? Who knows? This is a wild story. Like I said, this happened back in 2022, but it takes times with the courts being backed up and everything that goes on in the city to get these trials to come to fruition. So now we're here in the trial. Like I said, they're going to be introducing the undercover's testimony, and who knows who else is going to be testifying in this case. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. We'll be definitely keeping up with this trial as they give us more information, and I'll be doing my due diligence behind the scenes to make sure I get the research and talk to the right people so that we can get the information as it comes out. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Do you think this was a lover's quarrel that went completely left? Do you think that this was a setup from the ops? Do you even think that Brianna is guilty and there might be a third person or somebody else that was introduced into the picture here that might have been the trigger man? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. I read all comments and try to respond to as many as possible. That's all we got for news stories today. I might be back with another news story, but make sure to hit that like button on the way out. We are off of this. Deuces. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.